The upcoming John Wick spin-off will spotlight one of John Wick, Chapter 4's best characters, but it can't forget about another exciting addition that film brought to the franchise. Donnie Yen's Kane was a compelling central threat in John Wick, Chapter 4. An old friend of John and fellow assassin, Yen was forced out of retirement to bring down John once and for all. A cool and confident fighter, Kane was one of the best characters in John Wick, Chapter 4. Kane is now set to headline a film within the franchise, highlighting how compelling he was. However, he was far from the only engaging new face introduced in that film. In fact, one of them had very good reason to hunt after him, with the post-credit scene for the film confirming their mission to track down and kill Kane. This could easily be a key element of the upcoming Kane-led John Wick spin-off film, and would work as an interesting subversion of one of John Wick's most consistent character traits. That's why the Kane spin-off can't forget about one of John Wick, Chapter 4's best characters. John Wick's Kane spin-off movie must include Akira after Chapter 4's post-credit scene. Akira's quest for revenge should be central to the Kane spin-off. John Wick for Akira 5. The upcoming John Wick spin-off focusing on Kane needs to include John Wick, Chapter 4's Akira, especially after the way that film ended for both her and Kane. Akira Shimizu was introduced as the concierge for the Osaka Continental and the daughter of Koji, Winston's equivalent in Osaka. Despite her misgivings over allowing the excommunicated John Wick to admission to their place of business in John Wick, Chapter 4, Akira fought alongside her father against Kane and his forces. Akira was one of the only survivors, and the post-credit scene from John Wick, Chapter 4 revealed she was hunting Kane. The post-credit scene confirms that Akira doesn't care about the potential danger of facing off with Kane, someone so deadly that even John Wick could barely keep up. This also sets her up as an interesting new take on the franchise's exploration of vengeance and the violence it begets. Simply writing Akira off after the post-credit scene would feel like a waste of a compelling character, especially given how well the rest of the film established Akira in contrast to the rest of the John Wick universe. Rina Sawayama's Akira was one of John Wick 4's best characters. Akira's skills and personality make her ideal to drive the franchise forward. Akira was portrayed as a grounded and realistic figure within the world of John Wick. That's not to say she lacks any combat skills, far from it. Her battle against Kane's men highlighted her ability to hold her own in fights, utilizing a bow and arrow to dispatch several agents of the High Table. Rina Sawayama's blunt performance contrasted well against characters like John Wick. She was as plain-spoken as John and straightforward with her dislike of him, which makes sense given the danger his very presence attracted. John Wick, Chapter 4 did a good job of expanding the franchise and setting up new characters who could drive the franchise forward, such as John's adopted sister Katia or the street-level gun-for-hire Mr. Nobody. Akira was one of the most compelling precisely because of her curt and professional veneer, which faded as her father became targeted and ultimately killed by the High Table. It set up Akira as an heir apparent to John Wick, the death of a loved one spurring her on to a likely bloody crusade against those who wronged her.